tell you, like I, told the team, it's great to win. It's great to be, where we are in the SEC relative to how we progressed. But there's a difference between beating the other team and winning the game. And, we played pretty well in the game up till 24-6, which was about halfway through the third quarter. And then we didn't finish. We got penalties. The whole momentum of the game is on the third down stop. We get grabbing the guy by the face mask after the play, which, to me it's bad. You can say what you want, but, a guy does that, he's putting himself ahead of, what's best for the team and, putting yourself in harm's way of having a chance to win. And then they go down the field and score. The momentum of the game changes. We go 3 and out on offense, have a couple drop balls, miss a couple throws, and not executing, not hitting on all cylinders, let the other team back in the game, but had the resilience to, take the clock at the end of the game and not give them the ball back, which is really, I think, important in the game. But hopefully we can learn how to beat the other team, not just win the game, but beat the other team, which means you got to play for 60 minutes, you got to execute, do your job, have discipline, do it one play at a time for 60 minutes in the game. Look, if we didn't have the intensity we needed in the second half, that's on me. It's my responsibility. I always get asked what the halftime message was, but obviously this one is not worth repeating, so why would we even talk about it? Obviously it wasn't very good. So, but anyway, we got a lot that we can learn from. Got a lot of respect for this team. I told our team, I said, this is going to be a different kind of fight, right? Because, Sam is an offensive line guy, he's a tough guy, he's a physical guy, and their team is going to keep fighting in the game, no matter what. They always do when they play us. So we need to be ready for that. And obviously, didn't make that point as well as I needed to.
Start here with Rodak.
So what do you think led to the improvements in the running game in the second half and also having a deeper running back rotation today?
Well, we ran the ball really well the first time we had it. In the second half, we had 3 or 4 really good runs. Look, we think we got 4 running backs that can play, so we're going to play them when we feel like we have an opportunity to play them. So that's always the plan. Have we always been able to do that? No. Sometimes the game doesn't dictate it, but I'm glad to see all those guys got to play, and I think they all had good moments.
Back to Brian.
Coach, do you think the slow start in the second half was because of being up going into halftime and then being satisfied with that?
Well, it's 2 games now. We came out a little flat on defense at Mississippi State when we were ahead at halftime. But the first drive was really the best drive we had in the second half. When we got the ball, we got the kickoff. We went down the field. And didn't finish the drive. So, and again, just didn't execute the way we needed to execute. From the third down penalty, Jalen Key, we had like 1 or 2 penalties up until that point. We got multiple penalties after that. We got pass interference on third down, which got us off the field again, and then had to kick the field goal. So, and we had multiple penalties on offense, which put us behind the 8 ball. So, we just got to teach and learn from all these things and hopefully realize what it takes, not only in the game, but in the week of preparation, right, leading up to the game, so that you can go out there and play the way you need to play against really good competition. I got a lot of respect for Arkansas's team. LSU beat them by 3 points, Ole Miss beat them by a touchdown, all on the road. All right, so this is not the kind of team that you all think that they are. They're a good team, and that quarterback is a handful. When a quarterback can take a major college football player and sling them off like a gnat on a fly's ass. A fly on a gnat on a cow's ass. That was one of the most impressive plays I've ever seen a player make. And but we said, one guy gets a guy, you got to hold on, you got to hang on, and we got to clean them up. We didn't clean them up. We made a couple of mental errors on defense in some of those drives that let them get back in the game too. We run stunt the wrong way. Quarterback runs for 25 yards on a big play when it was second and long. So, but we learn from all these things.
Jeff Spiegel?
Nick, there seemed to be like some indications from your Wednesday news conference that maybe you weren't happy with the way the team was practicing. Did that bear out in the second half today? And is it good to learn a lesson like this when you get a win?
I hope so. I use you guys to send a message to the team, so if that's the message you got, I hope they got it on Wednesday. Makes sense?
Nick Kelly?
So it wasn't like I was just trying to lie to you all. I don't really lie. I try to be an honest person, tell you like it is. Don't always tell you everything you want to know, but sometimes.
Nick Kelly? Questions? Who else?
Sometimes the pass protection was there in terms of giving Jalen the time he needed for those deep balls. Sometimes it wasn't. What do you think it needs to take for it to get more consistent overall?
Well, we make some mental errors. We don't fan the first sack of the game. We fan it to the left tackle doesn't fan. Guy runs in there unblocked, sacks the quarterback. A couple times a day we got beat physically. I mean, their rusher just beat our guy. But we have to handle pressure better. I mean, we have to be able to handle pressure and stunts better. I mean, this was a big boundary pressure team. It's exactly what they did. 28 sacked quarterback the first play of the game. It's something we practiced a lot, get the game, and with experience, I think our guys will learn from every one of these things and hopefully be able to get it corrected.
Nick?
Will Riker set the SEC points record today. What has he meant to this team, and what does it mean for him to come back and achieve these goals this year?
Well, I'm extremely happy for Will. Honestly, I don't really keep up with those types of things, but really happy for him. He has been probably as good a player at his position, even though he's a specialist, as anybody that we've ever had here. And he's even a better person. And, I think that he wanted to come back and try to improve, his kickoffs so that he would have a better chance to be successful in the NFL. And I think this is one of the good things that name, image, and likeness brings to players, that a guy didn't have to be poor and not be able to earn money and be able to come back and do that as a college player, as opposed to, going to the draft, being a free agent possibly, not making the team, and then you're out. So that's one of the very good things, I think, about name, image, and likeness, and players having opportunities to have a better quality of life while they're in college, because they can stay and enhance their career when they need to. And Will was smart enough to understand that that was something that could benefit him in his future.
A couple more, we'll start with Charlie.
Coach, do you have an update on CJ Dupree and Tress Marshall?
I don't think they're that hurt. One guy's got a pulled muscle, the other guy's got bruised ribs. So I can't tell you the extent of the injuries. I don't even think we know that yet.
We'll finish up with Jeff.
Coach, with Malachi on that point today, how did you think that Terrion Arnold and Caleb Downs played the star position, and specifically, how do you think the communication went on the back end without Malachi Moore?
Yeah, well, Malachi is a huge asset for us because he's the most experienced player in the interior to make calls and make adjustments. And I do think the guys played, better having a week of preparation than what we did, a week ago. It was tough when he went out because everybody hadn't practiced enough at those positions to do the things we needed to do. But I thought both guys did a pretty good job today. We actually played Caleb when they were in what we call silver people, which is 12 personnel, 2 tights and 2 wides. We played Caleb at star, a little bigger guy, a little more physical against the runs. And when we played against 3 wideouts or more, we played nickel, where Terrion was, the star. So, and I think Christian Story stepped up and did a pretty good job out there. Number 9 did a pretty good job. Trey did a pretty good job for us. So those guys were able to take advantage of their opportunities. We're hopeful. Malachi actually even went out and warmed up today. We weren't going to play him in the game, but he's getting close, so hopefully he'll continue to make progress.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Hey, it was great. Great homecoming crowd, great enthusiasm. I think the enthusiasm that the crowd showed at the end of the game was really helpful to the team. it affected them a little bit. We got a big sack that got us the ball back, and then we were able to take the air out of them. So appreciate the crowd. Thank you.